bringing you a kid-friendly radio show. Every Saturday afternoon on YouTube. Broadcasting live at 1 o'clock. Broadcasting live at 1 o'clock.
Hello and welcome to our first Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to the 10th episode special of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to the 20th episode of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and happy new year and welcome to the New Year's special of the Brit Kids show. Hello and welcome to episode 30 of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to the 40th episode of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to episode 45 of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Hello and welcome to the 50th episode of the Brit Kids show with me, Ethan. Yes, we have done 50 episodes of the show, which is absolutely unbelievable. Coming up on today's special show, we look back over the past 50 episodes and I interviewed TikToker with over 250k followers, Nicki Saurus. So yes, 50 episodes, 1 year and 8 months, 134 subscribers and 12,000 total views later. This is the 50th episode. I would have never expected to get to 50 episodes when I started back in May of 2020. Maybe I would have done it for a couple of months. Maybe I would have done it before I went back to school in person. But I've continued and we've achieved so much. From getting to interview big celebrities like Claudia Winkleman, to getting to interview the Chief Constable of Durham Police, to getting to be on national television on CBBC and being surprised with Claudia Winkleman, to running an amazing game show, or getting young people's views out there in my debates. We've achieved so much. I do massively want to thank you for that. Obviously, I've said loads of things. I did lots of reflection last episode, so I've not got that much to talk about in this one. But yeah, on the first few episodes, we were doing interviews with my friends. We did I broadcast a performance of my youth choir. We were doing current affair quizzes with my friends, and now we're interviewing big celebrities. We've gone from just doing audio only to having a really bad green screen background and doing video, to having this incredible background with a new on-air sign I know that I got for Christmas, and I finally got it up, so it fills in the gap here, and having also a great looking camera now and not just my old webcam. So yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you, whether you've been watching since episode 1 or this is your first time watching the show. Thank you. It has been an amazing 50 episodes, and here's hopefully to another amazing 50 episodes. I've got a lot of plans for the next however many episodes. I'm in the middle at the moment of reaching out to a load of new celebrities, big celebrities as well, to try and get lots of different people on the show. So hopefully lots of them will follow through, and hopefully we'll have a jam-packed next 50 episodes with an amazing 50 guests, which would be incredible. I also to celebrate 50 episodes, me and my parents were live on BBC Radio 5 Live on Friday. Here it is.
We spoke to him after age 12. He set up his own lockdown radio show. It's called the Brit Kids Show. We surprised him on air back then. Also, well, since then, he's had various stars on the show, and he's back with us now to mark his 50th Brit Kids show. Ethan's with us, and I think his mum Deborah's here as well. Hello, Ethan.
Hello.
Hello. Well, your voice has changed for a start. I think. That's for sure. Which big stars have you had on your show?
Well, I've had a few. I've had Strictly presenter Claudia Winkleman, BBC Sport presenter Gabby Logan, a magician who's performed magic for the royal family, and a load more.
I mean, to be fair, they're bigger people than we get on our show.
Yeah. It's better than nothing. It's amazing.
Can we borrow your booker? So look, you're still doing the show from your home in County Durham. Mum Deborah's there. Hello, Mum.
Hi.
Hello.
And Dad Nigel's here as well.
Oh, Dad Nigel. Hello, Dad. You must be really proud of him.
We are, yeah. He's worked really hard. Does it all himself, and just the perseverance to get to 50 shows is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I never thought he would get to 50 when he started. I thought, we'll do it for a few weeks, and then he'll go on to something else. But amazingly, he's kept going.
Yeah.
Well, commitment, and that's what you need in this industry. And Ethan, what is it you're hoping for? Are you hoping to keep going forever, or what's the aim here?
Yeah, like my dream thing, like my dream job would be like a talk show as such on TV. So that's what I'm aiming for, and why not get the experience while I'm still young?
And why did you do it? I mean, is it because you feel that there's something missing in kids' news?
There's like no like radio as such for kids as well, and also I do debates as well, and getting kids' opinions out as well.
You do quizzes, you do reviews. It's great.
Well, look, Ethan, where can people listen to you? Where can they find your show?
So it's the Brit Kids Show on YouTube every Sunday at 1:00, and this Sunday at 1:00 is my 50th episode.
Brilliant. True Pro talking up to the jingle. Cheers, Ethan.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thanks to Deborah. Thank you, Nigel.
Thanks.
Today we'll be back on Monday.
So yes, that was actually, I think, my second time at being live on BBC Radio 5. What a way to celebrate 50 episodes of the show. So now it is time for my interview with TikToker with 250k followers, Nicki Saurus. Here it is. Welcome on TikToker with over 200,000 followers, Nicki Saurus, who creates amazing and entertaining videos like these.
So, in an update on Boris, he's officially admitted that he was at the party like... So now Starmer and most of the country are like... Boris is just telling us to wait for the inquiry, saying... So, it's officially back to school, so parents are like... Teachers are looking at each other like... I think you're headed for a breakdown. So we're back to getting up for the school run and... I'm just like, damn. It's 7 a.m. And to the school run first timers, you will now spend 190 mornings a year trying to make sure your kids get there.
Before we get started, I do want to say a big thank you for coming on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm full of this cold that's been going around. It's just awful. It's been about 3 weeks and I just sound like a man and it's just but dear. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm getting better. I think everyone's had it as well. Everybody's had it. So
yeah,
it's rough. It's rough.
If people watching don't know who you are, tell them what you do and what you do on your TikTok.
I basically do the news, but better than the news does. I just find watching the news can be really dreary and depressing, and a lot of information you just don't take in half the time. So I just decided to make things fun and different. I do takes on different things that are trending on social media as well. Obviously, like when social media went down, that was a big video for me recently. I do quite a lot on the royal family because there's a lot of opinions about that. Anything people can start a discussion about as well. I really encourage people to start healthy debates in the comments and things like that, because I think just to talk about stuff now is so important, because most people are just still in the stage where they're coming out of COVID and coming out of lockdown and not really knowing where to go socially. So yeah, I just do random videos with bits of talking, bits of music, and just try and make people laugh, really, because you just need it, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
bit
I
of fun.
I found your videos so different and entertaining to anything else. But why and when did you start TikTok?
I was one of those lockdown TikTok babies, I think. I joined in like March 2020, when everything was sort of closed and kicked off, and I was one of those people that was like, oh, I'm never going to post anything. How like ridiculous of me to do that. And I just started doing the trending videos, and, you know, like how everyone sort of starts out trying to hit the FYP and things like that. And all of a sudden, a couple of the videos just like went viral, and I got a bunch of followers, and I hit like 10K, 20, 30. And like January this year, I was still on around 50 doing that trending content. I did a bit of makeup transitions. I really enjoyed transitions. Are like, some people can do them amazing, and I was just like, so not as good as other people. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and people were just sort of interacting, saying that the way that I present myself and present things was helping them get through stuff. So I just sort of kept going, and then I stumbled on this format of content that I do now, watching Jimmy Fallon. And the first one I ever did was basically just me doing it to his sound, but with my text over the top, like, you know, the rainbow and the colours and stuff. And it just went absolutely, it's almost on like 2 million views now, which for me is like amazing. For the content, the account that I had at the time as well was literally 50K. And I went up to 100K within 3 days, and it's just kept going since like March, when I started doing, because I was just stagnant. Like, it was got to the stage where I thought, oh, do I give up? But then all these people were like, oh, you know, you're getting me through and stuff. So I kept going for the other people to just, because I think a lot of creators get into that thing as well, where every day you go on and you're like, oh, how have my videos done? It's like social reinforcement. So yeah, and then I started doing them consistently, and I thought, oh, well, that one did really well, so I'll make my own. And I did it on the Oprah interview. I don't know if you've seen that one, with Meghan and Harry. And I wrote that one, and I thought, oh, I've written it. It's gonna flop. It's gonna, you know, no one's gonna find it funny. And literally that one just went, I think that's at like 1.7 now.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, okay, maybe I actually am funny. So I've just sort of gone from there, really, and it's just gone leaps and bounds. Like, obviously, what are we, October now, and I've just hit sort of 208. So to have like 158,000 new followers in like 7 months is absolutely amazing. And everyone that follows me is just so nice, and the comments are like, when I first started, I got a lot of what are you doing, like, you rubbish, go away. A lot of people do as well, and I know I've got a lot of younger followers, sort of age between sort of like 14 and 17. And I mean, that's young to me. I'm like 28. That's pretty young. And they were all commenting, saying, I don't know what to do, like, I'm getting bullied and things. And I just sort of talk to people and say, you know, just don't worry about what other people think. You do you, you know, like, I do me, and apparently 200,000 people think it's funny. So, you know, it's better to, even if you just reach one person through your account, your video gets one view, that's like one person's day you've made better. So I think a lot of focus is on the view count, and that's definitely where I started on TikTok. Like, I was focused on the numbers and the interaction, and you know, how many views was I getting? How many shares was I getting? Was it hitting the FYP? And I know a lot of specifically like creators coming out and starting up the same. But the sooner that you just forget about it and just do whatever you do, the followers will come, people will come, because everybody is individual. So there will be people out there that find you funny or entertaining or informative, if that's the kind of content that you do. So yeah, I definitely started out sort of like that, and now it's just gone like crazy, really.
Yeah. So,
That was a really long answer, I'm sorry.
How did it feel to get that success, to get them more comments originally and more likes and the more follows? How did that feel?
It's really odd. It's strange. Like it's obviously great. Like it's nice, you know, for people to know that I'm not just spending hours on a video for like what essentially is nothing. Like if people don't find it funny and people don't learn something from it, you sort of like, oh well, what was the point in that? But yeah, it's very odd for someone that struggled for a long time with like I was bullied a lot as a kid and things like that, and self-confidence and things, and through like my followers and the interaction, it's just boosted my self-confidence, like sort of like gone crazy, and I'm just like, oh well, yay. But it's a very odd feeling. You almost feel like you need to live up to that expectation as well. It can be quite a pressure sometimes, where I think, oh, I've not posted anything new in a few days, I better like get on with it, like my brain needs to work now and think of something. But yeah, it's humbling as well, I think, for people to be like, oh, you changed my life and you've got me through lockdown, and I'm just like, oh yay, just little old me.
So when did you what were you doing before the singing stuff, and when did you like switch to it?
I was just doing trending videos, like whatever was trending on the For You page, I was just like doing that. And
oh, okay, yeah.
I was doing makeup, transitions, a lot of stuff like just what essentially would be like the video form of a meme, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think essentially that's what a lot of TikTok is just a video form of a meme. But yeah, I was just doing that, and I did couple of life hack videos, just loads of random different stuff. It was just really good. And then the end of March this year was when I switched over to this new content, and that's when everything just started to go.
And is that when you started taking it more seriously in March?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like before then, I would post every day, but it'd be weird because I'd follow all of the things that were like, oh, to grow on TikTok, you need to do this, and this, like blah, blah, blah. And I thought I was doing all of that, like posting 2 to 3 times a day when my followers were most active, etc., etc. And I sort of did that a lot more seriously than I do this, because I know that at least if I post once a day, then I'm getting something out there, someone's learning something, and I'm making someone laugh. So it's a lot less pressure now. But I do obviously have to think a lot more selectively with my content. Yeah. So like before, I'd just post anything that was trending, or anything that I thought, oh, that's dead funny, or I love that dance and I'll do that, or I use like duet people and things like that. But now I have to obviously think, does that fit with me and the message that I'm putting out there now? But yeah, it's all good fun.
Yeah. So when you're creating your videos, do you think about what you want to say in the song first, then find the song lyrics, or do you like listen to songs and think, oh, that could go in a video?
A bit of both sometimes. Because I mean, my Apple Music library literally ranges from, you know, sort of 50s like Elvis, the Beatles, to what came out last week or yesterday or anything. So I've always been a massive lover of music. Like it's literally, if I feel down, music. good day music, rubbish day music. Like everything is just music. Literally is just everything. But most of the time, I'll just sort of think, oh, this is the subject. So, like, obviously, Facebook going down or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll think, oh, some people would have been like this. And then I'll think of a song lyric to do with that. And others would have been like, oh, not really bothered, and things like that. So I try and think about what certain people would say about stuff and then figure out the song lyric. It can be quite hard sometimes because I go through like loads of songs and I'm like, pretty sure that's got something about that in it. But my head's just full of, I just think of a sentence and then boom, it's just bizarre. But sometimes I do listen to a song and think that would make a dead good line in a video about this.
Yeah.
And then I'll go home and write it down and then usually forget what I was doing.
So, from that aspect, what is the process of making one of the TikToks from writing the lyrics to actually posting it? And how do you pick on what to make them about?
Well, I'll usually I did one on the fuel crisis. I just wrote that like so quickly and I thought, I'm probably a bit late to the party now, because I thought, well, it's happening and I'd just finished my dissertation and I thought it's a bit after the fact, so I wonder if I post a video whether it would actually go anywhere or just sort of people would be like, oh, she's a bit late. But I just sort of wrote that really quickly and literally recorded I have an app on my phone which is basically just like a microphone app, so you just record into your phone and then you can save it and share it or whatever, and I upload that to my MacBook and make the sound with the songs. So obviously all the songs that I use I have to make sure that I've paid for and stuff like that. So I have literally, my MacBook is just, I have like an external hard drive of actual songs that I've got off CDs and everything. It's just like MP3, like about 15,000 times. So yeah, I have to make sure that all of that is like for copyright reasons and fair usage policy and all of that. And then I do that, the sound is there, and then I upload it, record it in TikTok. So then I go on and add the text on a different app and then upload it to TikTok with the text, because obviously TikTok text can be a bit boring. And I like the some people are like, oh my god, is this a fully grown woman using CapCut? And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's pretty. So yeah, sometimes the whole process can take about 2 hours. So if that's one I've written really quickly and it comes to me like really fast, like for something like the fuel crisis or Facebook, or the couple of ones I've done about like the Queen and things, they come really quickly, and some where it's more informative are slower. So when I'm covering stuff like the government or vaccines or COVID regulations or things that are changing and things like that, I obviously have to make sure that it's a lot more accurate, so they take longer. I think the longest it took me to do a video was like 6 hours. I was like, okay. Oh my god.
And I imagine you have to actually be quite quick on your videos to keep it topical and post them quite quickly when you think of the lyrics to when you post them.
It's sometimes can be quite tough. So like specifically with the Facebook one, I was like, if I'm going to do a video on this, I have to get it out there quickly, because otherwise the moment's going to have passed. So I was literally like, write it, record it, get it done, boom. And it was like, oh, I've actually managed to do it. I like to post early in the morning. I usually find that does quite well. So I get up for the school run at about 7:30, and if I'm going to post a new content for that day, it would generally be between about 7:30 and 8:00. I've sort of, with the past month, I've had to do like a lot of reposts, which I don't really like, but I'm also mindful of the fact that some of them I only had like 50,000-60,000 followers when I made those.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a lot of people have missed that. But yeah, that was quite hard because obviously I had my dissertation to do. And I was just like, it was really hard to try and get new content out there with the time it takes. But I've got through it and the growth's still there. So I'm quite glad a lot of people didn't leave me at that point. So I was like, thank you for not leaving me. But yeah, it's very time pressured sometimes.
Yeah. And as you said about the songs, I didn't realize you actually, so do you actually pay like the copyright?
You just buy the song on like iTunes or whatever, don't you? And then you can download it and put it on whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like when iTunes first came out, I used to spend loads. Like I probably like spent loads on just ridiculous.
What, so you have like most of the songs already in your iTunes library?
Yeah, and CDs and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's just back in the day where you could like link up a CD rip thing to. I have an old computer as well that I can with an actual CD drive in it.
Yeah, rare these days.
So it's like super random sometimes, but thankfully most of them now are on a hard drive, so it's not that bad. I can just plug and go. So yeah. I try to limit the number of new songs for that because obviously it's like budget and stuff, but
yeah,
it's very, very crazy. I know sometimes you can sort of someone recommended like YouTube converter and things, and I was like, you can do that, but you've got to be really careful because obviously it's literally just like copying YouTube, and you have to be mindful of like fair usage policy, so you can only use like 10 seconds of those songs. So if I want longer than 10 seconds, then which most of them are, I have to obviously make sure it's all above board and stuff.
Yeah. So you mentioned to me when we were organising this interview, you mentioned you were a mother of a 4-year-old and have 2 jobs and have just finished a university degree, and have a big following on TikTok. So how do you balance all of these things and manage to post basically daily on TikTok?
Luna, Mummy's on the phone.
I don't want the tree house, Anna. I don't want the tree house.
Sorry, 1 second.
I wanted the light out.
I know, I'll get it for you when I'm finished. Okay, you can't come in, baby. Bless
That was great timing.
I think she's just nosy at who's on the phone. Yeah, sometimes, as the example there is, it can be a bit challenging trying to fit everything in. Yeah, I don't actually know. People say to me like, how do you do it? And I just go, I don't know. I just sort of do a lot of things at once, and it's all a bit chaotic sometimes. I'm hardly ever on time for anything. It's so bad. I work from home with one of my jobs, so obviously that gives me a lot of freedom, and my other job is only part-time. So yeah, it's been a journey. Sometimes I can find myself like writing something at sort of 6-7 o'clock, and I'm like, I need to get the editing done before sort of I go to sleep, so I can have it in the drafts in TikTok ready to post in the morning. And I remember when I first started doing it, before I got a little bit more organised, when I first started doing it, I was putting the text on at literally like laid in bed, falling asleep, like putting the text on. And I was like, it's got to be done by the morning. But yeah, it's been a bit chaotic to say the least. But the dissertation's finished now, so that's one less thing to be doing. I feel like I've got a lot more freedom now to sort of spend more time on it. I can interact with people a lot more as well. Like I've actually had time to reply to comments and DMs and things, and it's just a lot more relaxed than it has been sort of the last year. And obviously everyone's been crazy because of COVID as well, so everything's been up in the air. I think everyone's just sort of getting back to like a chill, hopefully.
Yeah. So I was actually wondering whether you actually get paid from TikTok, and if so, do you not really like class it as one of your jobs, or is it more of a side income?
It's just a bit of a like TikTok Creator Fund is like I'm in the Creator Fund.
Yeah.
A lot of people say like, oh, it harms your views and stuff, and I'm like, well, it doesn't, because I joined Creator Fund as soon as I hit 10k, and I have still hit 208k. Do you know what I mean? So for me, creator funds had no effect on that whatsoever. I think it's easy for people to blame something if the algorithm isn't pushing what they're doing out. But yeah, it's some days I get like 7 pence, and some days I get like, yeah. So for example, I think every country is different. I'm not quite sure how Creator Fund works. Like, I know I'm not allowed to advertise exactly how much I get paid on it, and things like that. But it's literally, I think you have to be like uber famous. Like every day your videos have to be getting millions of views to be able to make a decent income from it. Because even when I had like 2 videos at once going super viral, so I was getting like almost 1 million views a day, it was like a lot less. It's like between like 25 and 30 pound, I think, something like that. So as you can imagine, to make an actual income from TikTok is just, so I don't think I'll ever get to that stage where that would be a
so it's more
viable.
It's more of like a side extra thing that you can just, it's just an easy extra thing. I was speaking to another TikToker yesterday, Abby Burden.
Yes.
Who's like got 800k and things. And she's taken a gap year, and I think she managed to make more of a full time. But and I imagine it's a lot harder than like something like YouTube, because like if you have 200k on YouTube, you probably could make a full-time earning from it. But it's a bit different, because with YouTube you like put the ads on the videos and you make the money from the ads. But it's like the Creator Fund just a big pot of money that TikTok just puts in then?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's just to encourage people to make content and obviously keep their platform going, because as soon as people think can't be bothered and stop making the content, then their app's just going to become obsolete, isn't it? So
so what is the degree that you've just finished?
It's in behavior analysis, so it's like analyzing people's behavior, and if there's something that they don't want to be doing because it causes them like a problem in their life, it's you can impact like behavior change programs, so it sort of veers away. So it's mainly for kids with like ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder. And say some kids like with that self-injured themselves, and you can implement different strategies so you can figure out the reason they're self-injuring, be it sensory or, you know, there's too much noise or something like that. And then you can implement something else to stop them doing that. So you give them like a distraction, or reduce the noise, obviously, like some kids wear the ear defenders and things like that. So that's sort of what that is. It's quite scientific principle.
And do you eventually want to do something with that degree?
Yeah, definitely. I'm in training at the moment to become a board certified behaviour analyst. So I have to do like 2,000 hours of field work.
Oh, wow.
I've got about 1,500-ish left to do, 1,400. So yeah, I'll get there eventually.
So are your jobs that you do at the moment related to that or not?
Yeah.
It's
all related in that field.
Yeah, and do you want to still continue TikTok, and where do you want to take your creation in the months, years down the line?
I think I'll just carry on. Like I'll carry on posting, creating. Obviously try to do it every day. Just because there's always news out there. Do you know what I mean? Like the news train never stops coming in.
Yeah.
And there's always social issues, and there's always like humans are always not arguing, but there's always an excuse to be up in arms about something or disagree with something or anything.
There'll never be something that you can't make a song about, really.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's never going to be something I don't think I'm ever going to run out of content ideas. But yeah, like I just sort of make the next goal. So I sort of said to myself, 200k by Christmas. And I've hit that now. So I'm like, maybe I could do 220 by Christmas or something like that. And I just keep making goals and just keep going. See how long it takes to get to 1 million or something. Do you know what I mean? It's just I think as long as I'm still having fun, which is the main thing, then just see how far it goes.
And do you want to like eventually expand to different platforms?
I'm trying to figure out Facebook at the moment. So I do have a Facebook page, which is Nicki Saurus. I am on Instagram as Nicki Saurus.
Yeah.
YouTube confuses the heck out of me. I don't know why, because like I am the generation that got the internet. So you know, we started off with YouTube, and that was where all the first viral videos were, and this is what we used to share at school and things. But I haven't really looked into it too much, but I don't know if my videos are like too short for YouTube, so they'd have to be longer.
But there is with
it's confusing.
like with your content, there is like YouTube Shorts and like Instagram Reels that you could potentially.
Yeah, I've done a couple of. I've posted a couple to Reels.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really bizarre. Like, obviously, you can get like 50,000 views on TikTok and post the same content on Reels, and it's like 200. Yeah. It's really sort of strange.
Yeah, it's weird for me because I post some like of my clips on Instagram Reels. I post it on my Facebook page and I post it on TikTok. And actually, Instagram Reels seem to do a lot better for me than TikTok. Like some of my most viewed TikToks are like 100 views or something. And most of them get like 10 or 20. But on Instagram, lots of them get like 4,000 views or 3,000 views. And at least they get over like 100 views and things. So it's very weird how.
I think the algorithms are very different as well. There's obviously a different market on Reels as well. It's not as many kids, I don't think.
Yeah. So to finish off this, what advice would you give to an upcoming and beginner TikToker who wants to grow?
It's hard, isn't it? Just have fun, I think, is the main thing. Just don't focus on what everyone else is doing. Because when I was doing that, like, I did well, but it's mostly the videos that I did where I did my own take on a trend and things like that. They were the ones that sort of got the most traction, really. And it's just, you do you.
Yeah.
There will be, there's 7 billion people on the planet now. There will be a few people out there that like it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, have fun and just don't put too much pressure on yourself, because I think there's a lot of pressure out there. Ignore the trolls as well. Just don't even. There's not necessary. A lot of them
no point to waste time.
Yeah. No, I get a lot more trolls on Instagram Reels actually, saying that. Like comparing like Reels and TikTok and stuff. Yeah, it's really bizarre. I get a lot more trolls on Reels. And I was just like, okay, I thought this had stopped. But I just either usually just delete the comment straight away or block the user if you think that they're gonna be a permanent problem.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people say, even if you are getting a lot of troll comments, any interaction is good interaction. And I'm like, yeah, but if it makes you feel like pants, then there's not really any point, is there?
Yeah, so if it makes you feel like you want to stop it, it's not really good, is it?
Yeah. So like at any point, if you feel like I want to post but I hate it, or I want to post but someone might not like it and things like that, then there's something that needs to change about either just get rid of the mentality that you care what other people think and just post anyway. That's probably the best advice. Just don't care what other people think, because you can either let it bother you or just move on. Because the people that like you will come through in the end.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your time today.
Welcome.
Hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
You too. Thank you for obviously inviting me on as well.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. It's been cool.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So hopefully you enjoyed that interview. That interview actually was recorded way back in October, but I've been full up since then with Christmas and New Year and the other 2 interviews that I did at the same time. But we finally got it out. I do want to say a massive thank you to Nicki for taking time out of her day to talk to me, and also for patiently waiting for this to be released. So if you want to check her out, the link to all of her socials are in the description down below, and she does make the news fun. Sadly, that is all we have time for in today's celebratory episode. We will be back on the 29th of January on audio and the 30th of January on video with another great interview and more. Please share this video with your friends and family. Like, comment, listen to last week's episode if you haven't already. Listen to this show until the end. Email me, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok and Instagram, and subscribe because we are trying to get to 200 subscribers. Or follow, favourite or review or whatever your listening platform does. It really does help out. In the meantime, if you have any suggestions to make the show better, or if you have a TV show or film that you would like to nominate for the watch list, or if you want the chance to compete in head-to-head at the best guess, comment below, message me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or email me at thebritkidshow@gmail.com. So that is all we have time for in today's 50th episode. We will be back on the 29th of January on audio and the 30th of January on video for a plain old episode 51 at the same time. But for now, for the 50th time, goodbye.
Bringing you a kid-friendly radio show every Saturday afternoon on YouTube. Broadcasting live at 1 o'clock. Broadcasting live at 1